A really nice gentle stretch today alongside some meditation. Perfect to settle you down, keeping you staying focused and back in the present, which is really hard for a lot of us to do. So working this meditation, it's a meditation that is ideal for people that say, but I can't meditate. So if that's you, this is going to be really great for you, a really good introduction. Grab a block because we will be seated at some points, if that's going to be helpful, just to help you sit taller. But to start with, we're going to come all the way down to lying onto our backs. So start to lie down. Take your legs out long, palms away from the body facing up, closing down the eyes. Feel yourself connecting to your breath. Your belly soft, rising on the inhale, falling on the exhale. Focusing here, focusing on the present, how our body feels rather than lingering back. It helps us stay in tune with our body. And it helps us understand how our body reacts to certain situations. Feeling the belly rise and fall with every inhale, letting your belly feel really soft. Coming into a quick body scan from toe to head. Feeling your feet fall out to the side really naturally, not holding any tension there. Allowing your lower back to sink further into the ground. With every exhale, allow your shoulders to fall further away from your face. Further into the mat or into the ground. Taking the tongue away from the roof of the mouth, releasing the tension in the jaw, an area that we do tend to hold a lot of our stress. And finally, feeling the crown of the head feeling really long. Allowing yourself to feel tall even in this lying position. Starting to bring some movement in here, keeping your eyes closed if that's comfortable. Taking your feet together, hands together behind you. Really big stretch, fingers and toes far away from one another. Really, really feeling that stretch. Bending up the knees, placing your feet parallel to one another, about hips width distance apart. Taking your right foot up and over, so you're in your reclined pigeon. So your right foot is up and over the left thigh. Your ankle is to the outside of that left thigh and your right toes are flexed. You're opening up this outer hip, the right outer hip. Assess here whether this is enough of a hip opener for you. Driving that right knee away from your face. If you want to keep going deeper, pick up the left foot and keep it tracking towards the chest. You can hold onto the hamstring or in front of the shin, but be mindful to keep the shoulders grounded onto the mat rather than lifting off, so you've got a really nice base all the way from the tailbone to the top of the head that's feeling grounded. Breathing here. Feeling those breaths really expansive. If that's the only thing we focus on today, then know that you have done enough. Taking the left foot back down to the mat, coming into a twist, taking the left hand onto the right ankle, spinning the right foot down to the ground to the left side, and taking your right hand all the way out long to the right side, taking your gaze over to the right side. Continuing with this deep stretch through the outside of the right hip and gently opening up that spine. Continuing to draw that right knee away from your face to the front of the mat. Feeling that stretch traveling all the way up that side of the body. Gently twisting to open up and contract our digestive system. Final inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way back to center, switching over to the other side. Right foot down, left foot up and over. Flexing the left toes, left ankle to the outside of the right thigh. Again, assess here how your body wants to be served this morning. Do you want to stay here, drawing that left knee away from your face? Or are you able to take that right foot off of the ground, hugging your right knee into your chest, continuing with that deep outer hip opener, drawing those shoulders into the mat. Allowing yourself to really feel calm, tuning into the present here already. Just focusing on your breath is an amazing way to keep that concentration, a really good way to calm us down. Take that right foot back to the mat. Right hand connects to that left ankle. Left foot spins down to the right side. Take the left hand out along the side. You gaze over to the left hand. Drawing that left knee away from your face, continuing to track towards the front of the mat. Really nice hip stretch and back stretch here. Continuing that breath into the back and sides of the ribs. Really big belly breaths that we don't tend to do in our day. We tend to just breathe with our chest. And that exasperates any stress, any anxiety that we're feeling. So that old wives' tale of just breathe really does have standing in science. And you'll notice it in your life if you do just take a moment to take a really big belly breath in a time that you might feel that you're starting to react and get that fight or flight reaction in your body. Inhale, come all the way back up again. Really big stretch again, fingers and toes far away from one another. Bending up the knees, hugging your knees into your chest. Tucking your forehead up to your knees into a tiny little ball. Rocking from side to side if you want to take this movement, massaging the side of the spine. And then staying over on one side, pushing yourself all the way up to seated. So this is where the block or big book or cushion might come in handy underneath the sit bones. Absolutely keep your eyes closed if that's what's going to be best for you today. Continuing with our nice stretches, taking our hands out straight in front of us. On the inhale, take your hands behind you, expanding your chest. On your exhale, sweep those hands back in front of you, tuck the chin to the chest, dome your belly, pull your belly button to your spine. Inhale, expand those arms, expand your chest, almost take that gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse, tuck your chin to your chest, hands come forward, really round that spine. Inhale again, heart pulls through. Exhale, hands come together at the front. Couple more rounds here, big inhale, really come to the end of your inhale before you go to the exhale. Fully exhale before you come into the inhale, final round. Exhale. Exactly the same but to the side, taking the right hand down, left hand up and over to the right, big inhale, bending through that right elbow. Exhale, left hand back. Inhale, left hand up and over, stretching through the left side. Exhale, release. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, release. One more time, big inhale. Stay here. Really feeling that stretch down the whole side of that left body. Keeping that left shoulder open, away from the face. Taking this right hand further away from your body if you want to get a deeper stretch or bending through that elbow. Grounding that left hip still into the ground, that left bum cheek. Inhale all the way back up, switching over, planting that left hand down. Right hand big, inhale up and over to the left. Exhale all the way down. Inhale up and over. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Final inhale all the way up and over. Stay here. Taking that stretch deeper if you want to. Continue to ground that sit bone. Keeping that right shoulder away from your face. Staying nice and lifted, nice and open here. Inhale, come all the way back up, coming into another twist, taking our left hand to the outside of that right thigh, just above our knee, taking your right hand behind us. Big inhale, think about the crown lifting to the sky. Exhale, twist round to the right. That left rib cage spinning round to the right. Every inhale, grow a tiny bit taller. And every exhale, rotate a little bit more to the right. Final inhale here. Exhale, leaving your left hand where it is, taking your right hand back round to the front and crossing it over the left arm, grabbing hold of the outside of the left thigh just above the knee, exactly the same. And bowing the head, tucking the chin to the chest. A really gentle neck stretch here, working all the way down the spine. Allow your head to be really heavy, not being held by your neck at all. And focus on releasing that jaw. Inhale, come all the way up, leave the right hand where it is, take the left hand all the way round to the back, twist on the other side. Inhale, think about the crown lifting. Exhale, think about the right rib cage spinning round to the left. Inhale, think about growing taller. Exhale, think about going deeper into that twist if you've got the space. Final inhale here. Exhale, taking this left hand all the way round in front of that right arm, over to the right thigh, to the outside of the right thigh. So we're crossing the other way now and dropping the head down, tucking the chin to the chest. Trying to find an extra bit of space this time, allowing yourself to fold a little bit deeper. Feel that breath filling up the back and sides of the ribs, rising all the way back up. Starting to come into our meditation now, so closing down the eyes if they're not already. Grab hold of your block if you're going to sit up, or come fully down to lying onto the mat or sitting on a chair, whatever's going to be comfortable for you. Hands onto your thighs, palms facing up. Palms onto the floor beside you, away from your body, palms facing up if you are lying down. Allowing your belly to rise and fall naturally with your inhales and exhales. Your shoulders drawing away from the ears, feeling nice and tall if you're seated. So a perfect start to tune in to the sound that is closest to you. The sound that is most readily available, that's the loudest. Where is that sound coming from? Is it high-pitched, low-pitched, fast-paced, slow-paced? Try to fully pick this sound apart. Almost like you could touch it, the amount of description that you're giving to it. Does it have any reaction in your body listening to this sound? Imagine if it was an alarm clock going. Your body would probably feel really tense. Do you have any reactions that you can feel when you really slow down and identify and check in with a body scan, going from head to toe, just thinking about each area? Moving on to the second sound now that you can hear. You're gonna maybe have to really train those ears to strain a little bit further away from that first sound. How does this second sound relate to the first, if at all? How much further away than the first sound is it? Is it electrical or an organic sound? Hone in all of your concentration solely to picking apart all of the areas around that sound and how your body feels. How does the first sound and the second sound relate to one another, if at all? Continuing with that nice, calm, deep breath. Moving on to the third sound now, so a sound that's even further away, maybe only just distinctible. Maybe it's the sound internally into your body, the sound of your breath expelling, or the breath inhaling. Is it a gentle hum of a fridge or something electrical in the room? And ground yourself here in the present by knowing that these sounds always happen around us. But sometimes maybe we're too busy or too wrapped up in our thoughts to even pay them any attention. We're too worried about the future, too worried about the past. But these sounds are here to ground us back into the right here, right now. Know that you can take this practice whenever you need to, just stopping still, breathing and listening. Starting to hear that third sound even more loudly and clearly now as we train the ears. Think about all three sounds together. Are they all in the same room? Are they all completely different? Working back to the second sound now. Is it any different now that those ears have warmed up, now that they've heard all three sounds? Allowing that space behind your eyes to fully relax. Taking the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Finally coming back down to the first sound, the sound that's closest, the louder sound. Maybe it feels so loud now that you can actually touch it. You've identified it so much, so many different aspects of it, that it does feel like an actual object. Something that you can hold on to anchor yourself here. Ground yourself, stay present. Working our way out of our meditation now. Taking some really big inhales and sighing out any energy that isn't serving us. One more. If you're seated, take that block away from you or come off of your chair. If you're lying down, start to roll all the way over to your belly. Lying all the way down to your belly, resting onto one cheek. Taking your thigh up so your knee is bent, hands out to the side. In this really gentle lying position. Feeling the belly drop and push into the mat with every inhale. Feeling that back rise, filling up and falling back down on the exhale. Final big breath here. Exhale. Slowly taking that leg back to meet the other one. Coming to your forehead, hands under your shoulders. Really slowly push back into a child's pose. Knees together or knees apart. Stretching those hands out long in front of you, dropping your forehead down, your hips dropping down to your heels. Checking in with your body, how does this movement feel? Are you still able to stay in the present, even though we're bringing a few distractions into the mix now? Inhale whenever you're ready, up to kneeling. Hands to your thighs, palms facing up, keeping the eyes closed down. Taking the hands to heart center, chin to chest, thumbs to the third eye. Just allow this feeling that we've been developing in our practice of presence and grounding and stillness to just permeate throughout the whole of your body so that it's there for you to hold on to whenever you need it most. And know that you can come into this practice whenever you need to, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Coming out of our session today, taking the hands away from the eyes, blinking the eyes open whenever you're ready.